This short video aims to show you how you can get the most out of the Momentum service. We assume that you've seen part 1, which is the overview of the service, and part 2, which is how to use the app. So this tutorial is really for the power users who want to make more money and recover more costs by using Momentum. In our research with real users, we have found that there are 6 main use cases, use scenarios for our service, each of them distinctly different. You may find as you watch this that you fall into more than one category, which is great. That means that Momentum is even more valuable to you. One of the most common uses of Momentum is people that bill their professional time: lawyers, consultants, accountants, and project managers. Here are a few tips if that's you. You don't mind the pop-ups after every call because you can typically bill tens of dollars or hundreds of dollars just for talking to people on the phone or spending time reading and composing emails on your BlackBerry. Those few seconds that it takes to tag a call are more than worth it. In addition, you can allocate a different hourly rate to each client and even edit how much of the official duration is billable. For example, if it's a 1-hour call but only 30 minutes are billable, you can edit that before you tag it. The spreadsheet then takes care of all that for you. When we send you your Excel reports, you simply pass them to your executive assistant and he or she does your billing for you. No guesswork, and you can even recover the cost of expensive calls too. Our professionals that bill their time tell us that on average they make $200 more per month by using our service, and for many lawyers the number of course is way higher. Although Call Time Tracker users can't log their activities, Momentum users can, so they can also capture a lot of what would ordinarily be wasted time or a missed billing opportunity by typing other activities into their BlackBerry too. Not everybody bills their time, but most of us have to account for our time. Some of us have to show the taxman that our phone is being used for business. Many of us have bosses who ask what we spend our day doing and who we're calling. Some of us have to produce timesheets every week, and much of our time is spent on the mobile phone. It is worth tagging your calls and emails because the few seconds that it takes will enable you to then produce an accurate audit trail of your activity a week later or even a year later. You'll be able to show much more than the carrier bill. Who did you call, why, and what notes did you take? You can use Momentum's Excel reports to break down your activity by contact and project. You'll be able to show your boss what value you bring, show the taxman why you're offsetting your bill against tax, and show your clients just how much time you spend talking to them every month. And if you spend a lot of time on emails, that will all be counted too. You can even type in your non-mobile activities such as traveling time, desktop work, and meetings. So it's a timesheet of all your mobile activity in one place with a few clicks. Far better than trying to remember weeks later. Many of us own our own phones, yet we have to recover part of the bill from the people we do work for. Some of us recover the cost of expensive calls. Many of us expense most of our bill. Some of us have to apportion our bill between several cost centers. For those of us on fixed bundles, it's great to see how much time we spend on each client. For those of us who roam or call abroad, it's essential to try and cover as much of those call costs as possible. Momentum enables us to accurately log all of our minutes or costs to specific cost centers and clients. So when the bill comes, we can use the Excel sheet to identify the recoverable calls and apportion the total minutes between our various projects. No speculation, no trying to recall what that expensive call was. Tagging at the time of the call makes it so easy to recover more money from those you work for. Our users tell us on average that they recover an additional $50 per month by diligently tagging their calls. And although Call Time Tracker users can't log expenses, Momentum users can, and they can recover even more because they can log their expenses into the same application. As more of our life becomes mobile, we get many more important actionable calls on our mobiles these days. And we're more mobile than ever, traveling through airports and driving across cities. Momentum is a great tool for being able to quickly make a note about an important call. If you're a realtor, for example, you can use Momentum to tag your incoming calls, and we all know how many incoming calls realtors get every day. And you can send yourself an instant reminder of every call back to your desk within a few clicks. No need to scramble looking for paper. Even if you're driving, the call goes safely into your Not Now list for you to process later. If you're a salesperson, you can log all of your outgoing calls. It's a mini CRM sales tracking system. The call ends, it pops up, we grab the number, you allocate it, put brief notes in, click the CC to me button, and it's in your inbox and in your Excel sheet when you return to the office. Let's face it, the carrier bill hasn't really improved all these years. It's still a long list of numbers: date, time, number dialed, duration and cost. We enable you to allocate meaningful context to your important calls. Today we don't merge our data with the carrier bill, but we aim to do that in the future. But nonetheless, what we do is we provide you with a report that enables you to look up what all those mysterious calls were and to analyze how much of your bill is business. As people increasingly call from VoIP, including Skype, the garbage number problem only gets worse, as does the incoming call problem, where so much of the bill just says incoming. For those of us who have to go through the bill every month with a yellow highlighter pen, Momentum saves hours and hours. You can also type the call costs of expensive calls into your Momentum spreadsheet and then bill them. Most of us have a bundle of minutes every month, and when we go abroad, we often buy a set number of roaming minutes. Momentum enables us to keep tabs on all of the minutes used, and the reports even tell us incoming versus outgoing. Momentum has a cool feature where calls can be tagged in the background with no pop-ups, and they simply get counted by our system as minutes used and added to the total. Our users tell us that they use Momentum to protect against expensive overages, which can save hundreds of dollars. So even for those of us that don't need to tag our calls with great detail, Momentum can help us to stay within our rate plan long before the dreaded carrier bill arrives many weeks later. So I hope those use cases were useful to you. We have plenty more help and advice on our website, and you can always contact us for personal advice too. We're here to put more money back into your pocket, so do let us know how you want to use Momentum, and we can guide you.